What is
Hello.
going on? Did it not?
What happened to the howdy folks? Where's Violent Mike?
What the hell is going on?
Where's the howdy folks,
Did
dude?
it
Come
not
on,
play?
speak up.
Yeah, no,
It didn't
no
play. Did it
intro
play the
played.
countdown?
Yes,
Yes,
it
it
did.
It played the countdown.
So it played the countdown, but okay, because it didn't play the countdown for me because StreamYards is
No
screwing up
intro.
on me.
It played the out. We're done with. Yeah, we need the intro. Is it this one?
All right, let's see if it'll play it.
Yes, dude, it was that one. Play that one.
When you're almost a herd, I'm a real nerd. People say I'm a fool, but they never got the news that I'm a wild one. Oh yeah, I'm a wild one. You better turn it up, better keep the channel down, cause you're watching Wild Mike and his real wild child. Oh yeah, I'm a wild one. You better turn it up, better keep the channel down, cause you're watching Wild Mike and his real wild child.
And it's quiet because all of us
What
weirdos
the
are
hell is
quiet.
wrong with StreamYards this morning? And howdy, folks.
Mike,
No,
you realize
StreamYards
Was that
on my
Bert?
end, it did not play the countdown.
It's fine. It played the countdown. It played your
What?
video. We can,
Yeah, everything played.
But it didn't.
The only thing
well,
wrong
on my
with-
end, it
the only-
didn't play it, so I didn't see anything. So I'm like, what the hell's going on?
All right. The only thing wrong about the stream right now is that Elihu who has spelled the word weird wrong in his headline. He's transposed the I and the E. That's it.
that's the reason why I spelled it, dude.
Also,
Yeah, it's-
also
he
Elihu
actually
That's the
exists
doing
on
reason
that
why I spelled it that way.
Elihu also exists
what
on the
you said
stream.
about the
That
C.
is
Isn't like
inherently
you're
a
spelling
problem. So,
the word cookie.
Well, then you then you should have spelled one like different, like maybe WONE. That would have been weird. Coffee. I need my coffee. Hello, everybody.
The weird wand, like a wonton.
Yeah, the weird one. WONE. That would have been nice. Okay. Anyway, what's going on, Elihu?
And that's one of the things phonetically.
And we
And
were
that's one of
talking
the
to
things
Daniel
phonetically,
and
go out
I don't like
front.
typing the word F.
through LDT's little thing. She says good morning, and same with Yvette says good afternoon because of her time zone.
right.
And Dandelion's like, yay, chaos, because the issues with StreamYards. Because I don't know
Yay,
what the hell is wrong with
chaos.
StreamYards right now.
You know, YouTube's been messing up.
Literally,
this
when I
morning as
when I hit the
well.
button to play the countdown, I hit the button for the countdown on StreamYards, and all it showed me was suddenly everybody that was attached to the stream at the time, which was Elihu, LDG, and me, disappeared from the screen. And I just saw my little background. And I'm like, okay, is it playing the video or not? And then all of a sudden, it brings everybody back. And I'm like, I don't know. Wouldn't be a Vile Mike CNA stream without huge technical issues.
We're through it. Though.
And
how's everything?
You might
else
be wondering why I named the stream this. Oh, it's
Yeah,
just
the
peachy.
dance.
60 hours this week. Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay. And yeah, the name of the stream is
Multi-trucker's
But
still
Dad, the
alive.
Dance. And that's because I didn't even check out his stream. I got the notification for it, but
Yeah, it's usually he's done by now, but he started late, so yeah, hopefully we'll end it quickly.
Let me explain the title of the stream, okay?
Yeah.
I believe I'm the only one here that has kids, right?
I don't have kids.
Well, I might have kids,
That I know of.
like in different parts of the world, but
I'm pretty sure I don't have any kids anywhere in the world.
I would hope that.
All right.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I have 2 of my kids are not twins, but they're both 13, turning 14 soon, and they are in junior high. And on Friday the 13th, their school is doing a special Halloween themed dance because it's Friday the 13th in October.
Right. Makes sense.
And
Seems
this
logical.
is the first dance where one of my daughters actually has a boyfriend.
Right.
Oh no.
And she really wanted to go. Actually, both of them really want to go because they want to hang out with their friends and everything. But since it's on a Friday, and that's one of the days that I have them during the week, that means I'm the one that would have to take them. I'd have to drop them off, pick them up, all that kind of stuff. Well, a couple of weeks ago, they decided to pull one of those little put mom and dad against each other type things. On that day, it was a Friday, means that I have them, I'm in charge. Well, they asked their mom permission to do something. So, of course, their mom said, it's fine with me, just make sure it's okay with dad. Well, they took that to mean, mom said it's okay, we're just going to do it regardless of what dad says.
Do they have money for a cab?
And when they get in trouble, they said, well, mom said it was okay.
Yeah.
It's like they think that mom and dad don't talk to each other at all.
They can only hope.
So their punishment for this was they didn't get to go to the dance anymore.
Seems
But
reasonable.
of course, that they hemmed and hawed and were really mad about that. So I told them they'll have one chance to go to the dance. They have to send me an essay where they say what they did wrong, why it was wrong, and how they intend to change so that this doesn't happen again in the future.
Yeah, I don't agree with the idea of making writing a punishment.
Well, originally I make them do stuff like wash the car or something, but
Yeah.
that just seemed they were too eager to do that this time.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, you got to keep it fresh. You got to stimulate new.
That was a little bit worse for them.
It's too bad you don't have any like vile animal pens for them to clean out. That would, probably work pretty good.
He does.
Or like an
Yeah.
agony booth.
Or you got to
Agony
shovel out
booth.
the pigs or.
He does. It's called his car.
Oh, Pickles, there's somebody backstage, Yvette says. Deej, I think. But she's missing an E.
Oh, okay, I'm coming.
Right.
I'm mopping.
So-
You're right there.
You're not
So-
coming. You're not even breathing hard.
On Friday, a week
I
before
think
the
he's a really
dance,
quiet lover.
I got their essays.
Is that a fun
And I
read?
thought, well, that's the thing. I have not read them yet.
Oh.
I figured I would read them on the live stream since I know that they're still asleep and not paying attention.
Oh,
I
dear.
don't think that's a good
And
idea.
I think this is
Maybe-
a great idea because they
Maybe have a
embarrasses them even more.
teeny bit of a pre-read just to make sure that. Oh, Pickles left.
Set it,
I-
if you do read
I
it,
glanced
set
through
it to
them.
music.
I didn't-
Set it to music if you do read it. Have like
Why?
dreary, like soap opera music playing as a bed when you play it. Just I don't know, make it more funny somehow. I'm trying to help you out since you're obviously going to do this.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think I can do that with StreamYards the way it is right now. If I try to play anything, it'll screw it up.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
Maybe make a video.
and I
then.
want your guys's, even though none of you are parent, I want you guys to tell me if you think this is adequate for letting them go to the dance next week.
All right. Keep in mind, I am
And
a
I won't
writer.
tell you which Vile Child wrote which one, because one of them's Vile Style, the other one's the one we don't really have a nickname for because she's
Too cool
doesn't
for
like
that.
to be. Basically, yeah.
Gotcha.
I thought she was just
All
a
right,
wild
so-
kid. The kid.
Well, we called her like Rose or something at one point, but then she wanted to be something else. She doesn't want to keep the same thing each time. It's weird. So I'm going to bring up the first one and I'm going to read it. Oh, I'm going to bring up NB because he actually has kids too.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, Andy.
NB, were you
What's up,
listening
guys?
in at all?
No, I just got in. I got a little bit of a head cold, so I was just talking with my wife on what the plans were for today. So no, I don't know what's going on. What you guys were talking about?
All right, I'm going to sum it up succinctly as I can.
We're about to listen
Two of
to.
the Vile kids decided. Go ahead. Sorry,
I was going to say, we're about to read beg for forgiveness letter essays from Vile's children who decided one thing and they didn't actually ask permission correctly. They wanted to go to a dance. Mom said, ask dad. They just took that as yes, basically, because it happened on Vile's days with the kids.
The dance aspect was their punishment. This was what they decided to do was hang out with their friends instead of helping me with something.
Okay. You didn't mention that
Punishment
part
was
before.
originally they couldn't go to the dance.
Right.
So basically, two of my kids misbehaved, and I decided to make them write an essay in order to go to the dance, in order to earn back the privilege of going to the dance. So you guys are going to be helping me decide whether these are good enough to let them go back to the dance. All right.
Very
so
good. Let's do it.
And NB, the three criteria I had for these were they had to say what they did wrong, why it was wrong, and how they intend to change their behavior so it doesn't happen again. All right.
Okay. So action, results, outcome.
Now this is basically, yeah. Now this is the first one. I am writing this message to sincerely apologize for my disobedience towards you and for the lack of respect I had for you. You asked so-and-so, and I'm not going to say their name, and I to help you, and instead we left to study with our friends instead. However, I would like to address the fact that you mentioned we didn't have a choice, which upset me and contributed to my decision to disobey you. Looking back, I should realize how wrong I was and how much I should have respected your guidance. The truth is, I was upset at the time, but that is not an excuse for disobeying you. I have taken the time to reflect on my behavior and request the importance of learning your requests. I understand that you didn't appreciate it. Oh God, that is bad spelling. I understand you didn't appreciate my poor behavior. In the future, I have the intention of not being as rude to a situation like this if it were to ever happen again. Once more, I'm sorry for my actions, and I hope that we can put this matter behind us so me and my sister can still go to the fall dance.
There's some good suck-uppiness in there.
ChatGPT is really doing a good
Very,
job.
very
lately.
good. Very good kiss ass, but I don't think she actually learned from her mistake.
It sounds like ChatGPT wrote that. It's just a plain straight
Yeah,
narrative.
I'm not gonna lie. There was some. How old is this kid? How old
It's
is the
a
one who wrote
plain
this?
straight narrative. No apology or anything or action. That's a ChatGPT.
14 right now.
How old?
14.
14. Okay.
13.
13. Okay. Sorry, my daughter could write. I don't know. That sounded almost political.
That's why I said GPT. There's no
Let's
action
hear the other
resolution.
one.
Yeah.
Let's
Kamala
hear the
Harris
other
wrote
one.
that.
Let's hear the other one and then sort of see what we think on an overall basis too. Let's not just decide out of hand.
No, I'm just saying what I heard.
No. I mean, sometimes people just aren't good at writing stuff. Like they're good at like communicating in person, but they can't write it down well. Like a lot of people aren't good at that. So I'm giving them some leeway because they are only 14, and you know, you're not writing at a university
Right
level.
now they're 13. One of them turns 14 next month. The other one turns 14 in about 6 months.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure they quite got what the problem was, but Anyway, let's read the other one, and then we'll have a little chat about that, and then let's chat about them both. Go ahead.
The next one. I've made a severe and continuous lapse in judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm just here to apologize. So what we did that day was obviously unplanned, and I know it was wrong. I didn't know how to react or how to feel when you told me and my sister when we didn't get a choice to help you or go with our friends. I should never have left without fully asking. There are a lot of things I should have done differently, but I didn't. I'm sorry. I want to apologize for the way I treated you. I want to apologize for my actions, and my is capitalized, so that's very important, I guess. The goal, I guess, was to finish our homework due the next day with a parent's help. The intent is never to be heartless, cruel, or expect to be forgiven. I'm just here to apologize. I'm disappointed in myself, and I promise to be better. I will be better. Please let us go to the fall dance.
That sounds like Caddy's letter.
That sounds like that. Now that actually sounds like something my 13-year-old daughter would have wrote.
Yeah, that sounds like Caddy's letter. I'm like, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it's straight
Caddy's,
to the point.
this is not Caddy.
Oh, I wasn't assuming who it was.
I mean, it's
I
like a
just
letter
saying that sounds like something that
Caddy,
sounds more like something my daughter would have wrote at 13.
You're roboting, Mike.
Mike, you're roboting.
We can't hear you, Mike.
Yeah, she's old enough to do everything on her own.
Mike, take
We
yourself
can't-
out, put yourself back in. We
can't hear you, Mike. You keep roboting. And now he's gone.
Turn it off, turn it back on again.
And I guess Deej is backstage, or LDG's backstage. Or...
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess that means we're in charge.
Crap.
Okay, I nominate Dandelion as Supreme Empress.
That's a terrible idea. I don't want to be the Supreme Empress. That's not my bag at all.
I nominate Mrs. Cardenas as Supreme Empress.
Better choice. Much better choice.
Okay, well, we'll put Dandelion as Minister of Outdoors and Recreations.
Sure, I could do that.
Well, you do all that hiking. I figured you'd be perfect for it.
Sure, yeah. And I'm a
There you go.
horticulturist, so plants.
Are you going for a hike today?
No, I will probably just go for a walk today, and I will go for a good hike tomorrow. I just don't feel like driving up to the mountains today, so it's like, I don't know, half an hour's drive to get up to the mountains. So okay, Mike can hear us. I don't know if if you're talking, Mike, we can't hear you. Just so you know.
Yeah, Mike, you were roboting really bad.
Yes.
Okay, I have no idea. Was it during when I was saying the essay or no?
We heard the essay, but it was afterwards. And you were saying that it wasn't Caddy, that Caddy was not involved in any way in this.
And you started to robot when you started to talk again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like you said before, a CNA stream is not a CNA stream. It's something does not go wrong.
I don't know what's wrong with my.
There you go again. We lost you again. Sorry, Mike.
So MD Geek, did you get a chance to watch Invasion?
No, I have not watched Invasion yet. I watched a couple of episodes of Silo. I am planning on watching an episode of Invasion tonight. I'm kind of taking the Apple TV Plus and kind of taking it in small chunks. I don't want to try and burn through everything, but I swear to God, man, some of these stories will suck your ass in.
Yeah, C sucked. I hated that. It's one of the worst shows. But
Which one?
Invasion, see.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that. That didn't look. I saw the trailers for it and stuff on it. I'm like, I don't know about this. I'll give it an episode, but I don't know.
I didn't like it. I'm like, okay, this is too dumb. Come on,
Good
you're
morning.
overemphasizing this. It's like watching Ace Ventura Part 2. Like, no, you're trying too hard.
Good morning, Mrs. Vile.
Oh, let me
We're
tell
all
you,
here, but unfortunately, Mike is not audible today.
Oh, he'll get it fixed. He
I know.
always does.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just letting her know.
I did watch the movie on Apple, Greyhound. I thought that was a tight 90-minute movie.
Greyhound, that sounds familiar.
It's based on a book. It's set right after America enters World War II, and it's about 4 destroyers getting merchant ships across the Atlantic. And the key part is in between that area where they don't have air support.
Ah, gotcha.
And it was a really tight, solid story. There was no... The entire story is dealt with the Greyhound. Anything that happens on the other ships or the U-boats, all you hear about, that's all the actors on those is all done via radio. So they stay there. There's no subplot. There's no random something going on with this character versus this. The only thing you know about the main character is he's married and he's a devout Christian. And he's dedicated to the Navy. Those are the 3 things you know about him. But the rest of the movie is all about them getting the ships from that area in the Atlantic, the danger area, or whatever they called it. I forgot. I think they called it the Pit.
The North Atlantic Sea.
Yeah. And
I know
it was just a really good. It was a really good, tight story. Very well done. Very good effects. Really sold the tension. It's just a good, solid movie. And being a guy who served in the Marine Corps and been on Navy ships, I felt they handled that very realistically for the time.
I am not going to be standing in line for an hour to tour the ship for Fleet Week this week. Yesterday, they was reporting 2 ships are being able to tour. The average wait time is an hour just to be able to get on the line for the ship.
Wow.
Yeah, these are very popular.
I was when I was in where is it in Alabama? I was at
Mobile.
Keesler. Yes, the submarine.
Yeah, Mobile.
Yeah, Mobile. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't remember what it was off the top of my head because one of the things a lot of us did when we went to Keesler for training is I went to Keesler in Mississippi for computer training for the Air Force. And one of the things a bunch of us did was we did go over there to Alabama and go see the sub.
There's those a lot of places. I know there's one even in Toronto. I think there's an old sub, but I can't go on them. I'm way too claustrophobic. The second I try and climb down the little ladder, I'm like, nope.
Yeah, there's a sub here.
So if you go to St. Louis, you are not getting in the arch, I'm assuming.
No, probably not. There's
I
a
don't
lot of
think-
things I don't do. I mean, I'll do elevators. Like I've gone up the CN Tower and things like that. But I don't know. For some reason, there's some stuff. It just like, if there's too much stuff around me, I think because a lot of those elevators have like windows you can see out of. So,
well, I think it's the case when it comes to the arch. It's a very unique elevator.
you know, I'm really unlikely to visit Missouri. Sorry, Chris Knight, if you're listening, but Missouri is just not a place I'm going to visit. That's in Missouri, right?
It's called Misery.
Well, it's
Yeah,
called
it's
called Misery or Missouri, as I like to call it, Missouri.
Well, in any case, I think I'm really unlikely to visit there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, my sister lives an hour and a half away from Chris, and she calls it Misery.
It is
Yeah.
Misery.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm sure people have everywhere has its like, you know, nice things about it. It's just there's like a lot of exciting places in the world to visit, and I have limited resources to do so. And so, you know, there's a lot of places higher up on the list than that.
I was looking at things to do in St. Louis and like, okay, bar, pub, Pub.
You know what? There's a
Museum, pub. I'm like,
fantastic botanical garden in Missouri. There's a great botanical garden, and I would
All right.
actually visit
Can
that.
you guys hear me now?
Yes.
We can hear you.
the white
Yeah, well,
nipple.
there's other things that Elihu. There are other things to do in St. Louis. There's catching a baseball game at Busch Stadium. There's touring Budweiser, although why you would do that now is beyond me.
Well, you know what? The whole Bud Light thing is stupid. Bud Light sucked as a beer before any of this.
Oh, Bud Light was always a terrible beer.
All right.
People are
I think
complaining
people
about
are
Bud
just
Light
looking
because
for an
of somebody-
excuse to not have to drink it. That's what I think.
People are
All right,
just
so
not
question,
drinking
guys.
Bud Light because
Hold on.
somebody is endorsing it. That's it. Just because one certain person is endorsing Bud Light.
Yeah, that didn't
people are
bother me at
boycotting
all.
the whole entire thing. Like, what the hell is your problem, guys? Is
They
Kim
basically
Kardashian-
made 6 beers with her face on it, and everyone went off the handle.
Oh, guys! I was making a joke. I wasn't trying to bring this whole thing up.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait.
All right. Vile Mike,
Question.
get back to your subject.
Do I look like is my avatar working right now or no?
You're a nipple.
So you'll have to. What I've had to do, Mike, is
You're a
sometimes
nipple and you're
turn
very
off this
loud.
one.
Yes.
All right, let me change my mics.
But there's an excellent botanical garden in Missouri because I often use their website as a reference source about plants. So there is that.
The only thing highlighted for me to go to Kansas is hang out with Chris and go to Manhattan and see my sister in Kansas.
Nice.
All right, I have no idea what's wrong with streamers. This might be a short stream because if I can't get stuff to work right.
I thought you were going to use
now
that
you're loud.
that Envimo thing, that website, Envimo, whatever it's called, the new streaming site.
Well, I don't think it's just StreamYards. I think it's also my internet connection, and I don't know if there's something wrong with my phone or if there's something wrong with internet in the area. So I basically just gave up and switched to my phone, which is why I think I'm gone to nipple mode and why I'm so
Why you're
loud.
Super loud. Yeah.
Because I can't even change my microphone settings now.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're coming in pretty loud.
Yeah, I had to turn it down so I can now barely hear everybody else.
Yeah,
So-
I had to turn it down too.
Where's LDG?
I'm trying.
Backstage.
Yeah. Hey, Yvette, if you're still listening, tell Pickles we need a bit of help over here. Pickles does like superheroing in to help everyone.
I
so
swear, I'm trying to get this to adjust. I'm just decided to talk softer. Hopefully that'll help.
Yeah, it does
yes.
help a little bit,
It
but
is
you do
helping
not sound like
significantly.
yourself anymore.
Oh,
That's
man,
okay.
this is driving me nuts. There's like this one place in Missouri I've always wanted to go to, and now I'm like drawing a blank on the name of the damn place.
I guess you couldn't want it to go that much.
No, it's because I'm trying to think of the name of the damn place.
It's amazing how we can remember that we
Right.
forgot something, but we can't remember what we forgot.
All right,
Yes.
how do I sound now?
A little crickly.
Okay,
Like-
I can turn my volume back up again.
Crackling
What?
a little bit.
What? Turn up your volume. I can't hear you. What'd you say?
Well, I reduced the mic volume. How's
Roboting.
this?
Roboting.
Significantly quieter, but you're crackling a lot.
What the hell is wrong with my internet right now?
I did check. There's no like solar flares or CME streams or anything like that going on, so
No,
it's
it was
not environmental.
the last CME was only a 1 or 1.5 to 2. It was no effect on Earth.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I did have a peek just to see if it was anything like that. Sometimes it's that.
All right.
I watched
My
all the
mic
weather.
volume is literally like nearly muted when it comes to how high it is. So how's the volume though?
You're pretty quiet, but we can hear you.
All right. And am I still roboting?
Not roboting, but you're like not very clear. Like you're just a little bit like there's a little distortion in there.
Yvette, I told him to reboot. He hasn't yet.
I've rebooted several times, Elihu. That's the problem.
Oh, sorry. It didn't seem like you rebooted.
Every
just
every
adjusting the mic.
time I've every time I've disappeared from the stream, I'm rebooting.
Ah,
So that means I've done it at least 4 times since the stream started, and it's only been a half an hour.
That is many rebootings.
So I'm hoping it's a StreamYards issue. Maybe I'll try the new one you were talking about, Elihu.
yeah, it's a
So-
little more cooler features too.
So as I was saying, going way back, since you guys got to have your own little conversations while I was fucking up, pardon my language. Do you think that they succinctly said what I asked for? Even though these weren't really essays, these were more of paragraphs.
The second letter, yes. The first one, no.
But it would be really cruel to only send one of them.
I'm going. Yeah, I'm kind of with Elihu on that one. The second one said a genuine. The first one, little halved.
It sounded like a
But,
DP.
yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to. It's gonna be an all or nothing thing. But
I'm thinking, Vile, my suggestion would be to have a chat with them and see if they, like, you know, not together, but individually, and see if, like, the first one really does understand, like, what exactly she did wrong, right?
My suggestion would be to tell whoever wrote the second letter is like, okay, you are in charge of your sister. You make sure she does everything right and wrong. You because the second letter was most apologetic and authentic.
I definitely can't do that because they're both nearly the same age. If I were to try to do something like that, they would use that against each other for the next 6 months.
There'd be mutiny.
I would say this: they wrote the essays, or they wrote the paragraphs. They did what you said. Whether or not they actually are sincere or not, I mean, that's a judgment call. Let's be honest.
I mean, they probably really are sorry they did it because they've got bad repercussions, right? So even if it doesn't sound quite right in the letter, I would still probably.
I would say the intent was there.
The issue I have is they didn't really. I don't think they understood what they actually did wrong.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Have a chat with them about what they actually did wrong so that they understand it. Because, I mean, if sometimes, like, parents get mad about something and you really don't quite understand it.
Well, I would agree with that. What you need to do is probably, like Dandelion said, I would say sit them down and understand you may not realize they don't think they've done something wrong, but maybe they actually, in their minds, think they've apologized.
Right? Or they think they knew what was wrong, but it's not what you thought was wrong.
Exactly.
So
you might need to explain to them that difference there of, what they may think they thought was wrong may not be the same thing you're saying is wrong.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I would go that way.
In my mind, what they did wrong was they were basically trying to play their mom and I against each other. Not that they went to hang out with their friends, because they should know by now that I'll let them hang out with their friends. Maybe not when I already have plans. And that's one of the things they didn't seem to appreciate was the fact that I had already made plans for us to do stuff that day.
Right.
And because I had plans, it's why they went to hang out with their friends.
Right.
Well, they are 13, and they're probably going to want to prioritize their friends over you. I mean,
and what I'm thinking is the most annoying thing is they're trying to, like, do the, but we had to do homework kind of thing. That's also a little bit like trying to, like, justify what they did, whereas they probably.
Oh, that homework thing was just a cop-out. Come on.
Right. That was a bit sucky-uppy to me, I thought.
Well,
that's a cop-out. Maybe they did homework, but trust me, that's not why they went over there to go do homework.
Exactly. They wanted to hang out with their friends. The homework was their excuse to hang out with their friends.
Yeah.
Even if they did accomplish the goal to do their homework with their friends, the purpose was more of to hang out with their friends.
Of course.
Yeah, that's easily seen.
Yes.
Because I know from experience that
Nope, we lost him.
Dude, you are really a parent. You just stop talking mid-sentence.
Well, I wasn't actually looking at the screen, and I'm like, wait, where did Vile go?
I'm listening. I'm like, dude, he is a real parent. You just shut up.
I'm sure he'll be back in a moment.
Wait, I go grab a beer and Mike's gone again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just dropped out, poor thing. Hopefully Yvette, who is listening, good suggestion, Yvette, but I would talk to them beforehand. And then yeah, the saying no going to the next dance is definitely a good idea.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. But like I said, one thing is when it comes down to it is I ran into a couple times in my time with my 3 kids is sometimes they really don't grasp what they did wrong.
Yes, exactly.
They grab. Hold on a sec. Yeah, what's up, bud? Oh, hey, Charlene. Oh, hey, honey. Love you.
Love you.
All right, Evan. You guys have fun.
We will.
All right. Mom will pick you up tomorrow, sweetheart.
I love you.
Love you too. Sorry, that was my youngest. Her and her girlfriend are going out with the moms.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, there's an event going on today near us. I was gonna go. Unfortunately, I took my Allegra, and turns out it's not allergies. I got a slight head cold.
Ah,
Slight. I'm hoping it's just a slight, and I won't have anything tomorrow.
yes. Hey, there he is. He's back.
Mike.
Yvette had a suggestion for you, Mike. But I definitely would explain before they go to this dance, not after. And then again, the prom or the no going to the next dance or whatever is definitely a good hanging threat. I mean, as good as hanging threats can ever be.
Did anybody go? Did any of you guys go to prom?
I went to 2 of them.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Oh.
But proms in Canada aren't like as weird as they are in the States. You guys like kind of overdo it a little differently down there. And I mean, this was back like a gazillion years ago too. So
What did you do? Go as a junior and a senior?
no, I moved provinces. In Quebec, you graduate in grade 11 from high school. So I did that prom. And then the next year we moved to Ontario, and there you graduate in grade 13. So I just did 1 more year of high school. Well, I did a year and a half more of high school, but I went to the prom.
Why
in,
are you required?
I don't
Okay.
know
Again-
what the hell just happened. Can you guys hear me?
we can now, yes.
Yes.
All right. I literally just got booted from StreamYards,
Yep.
and I got a notification from my browser saying your webcam and mic are an illegal device or unsupported device and have been disconnected.
What? Oh my God.
What the fuck?
And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with Chrome right now?
Holy.
It's
There
been
is
messing
something wrong
up
with
all
my
week,
computer
all
and
morning.
everything. I'm gonna
Did you update Chrome?
as soon right when it said it says there's a new update available.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
updated
gonna say, I
yesterday.
know I updated mine everywhere.
Yeah, mine got updated
Yeah,
yesterday.
you gotta love that shit. I love how the computer industry, they're like, oh, you don't want an update? Oh, we're just gonna make your shit stop working until you update it.
Yeah.
Browser.
So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's a combination issue of Chrome, StreamYards, and my internet all having sucky aspects, and they're all conglomerating to make my life a living hell for this stream.
Update
Are
your
you,
Chrome because,
are you in TJ's?
No, I'm in San Diego.
dude, whenever I don't update my Chrome, my StreamYard is messed up. Whether I'm on, sometimes I have to go to Firefox, so I don't bother updating my Chrome. So update your Chrome and come back.
Well, I'm gonna probably work on everything after the live stream, because I never posted a video yesterday because I had to work yesterday. I ended up working from
roboting.
like 9 o'clock until 4 o'clock in the afternoon because, my fuck me for my work schedule this last week. So basically, I think I'm gonna go ahead and let him go to the dance. But yeah, I will, like what Yvette said, I'm going to explain to him what they actually did wrong as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Not necessarily what they think just not listening was what was wrong. And it's not that they were listening. It was that they specifically asked their mom when they knew that I was going to be with them. Their
Yeah.
mom said it was okay. So they immediately were like, okay, mom's in charge because, she pretty much is, let's face it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the whole thing is, like you said, the key thing is they need to know why you are upset, not what they think. They need to know specifically why you are upset.
Yep.
Don't leave that hanging, because I've had times where my kids and we've had times where I've been mad at them about something and they really didn't understand it, and they thought it was something completely different versus what I was upset about until we explained it. And then it was like, cleared the air sometimes.
Yes. Clear communication is essential.
It really is.
Part of it is a little difficult because I only have them 2 days a week. So,
Yes.
Well, there is that. But when they're with you, they have to know your established norms and your rules when they're in your house.
I think they need to realize that I'm not just, there when they need it, or there just to take them to school and feed them and stuff, that I'm actually a parent. I don't think they get that because I wasn't always involved in their lives. So I think they need to realize that it's not just, like mom's boyfriend, who I still would say is on the same level as me when it comes to being a parent. They need to realize that everyone in their life like this is one of their parents, whether it's their mom, their dad, their mom's boyfriend, grandparents, even a mom's friends. They're still parents, and they got to listen.
Yeah, it is difficult.
Maybe not the mom's friends. I think there's a level of people being in charge of you that kids will rail against.
In my case, in my case with my mom, my mom's friends would be people that, yes, would have charge over me because, I've known most of them my entire life. I grew up with them. So they, I've got like two people two of my mom's friends I've known since I was a baby. So they can tell me what to do. And if I don't listen, they'll call my mom, and my mom will be like, "What the fuck you thinking, son?"
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one.
I don't know necessarily if it was a bad thing or not. I mean, it's not like they did anything bad. It was just,
No, but there's like when you get to a certain age, there's only so many people who can be telling you what to do. Like you might go to them for advice.
Danny, this is one of mom's friends that also picks them up from school. And that kind of stuff. So it's like when they're with that person, that person's in charge.
Okay, well, all right. Well, I guess that's a bit different then.
That's what I meant. It's not like all, just because someone's a friend of their mom doesn't mean they got to listen to that person. No.
Okay. All right.
No, the people I was,
be very specific about a certain person.
Right.
Yeah, the people I'm specifically referring to are only about 3 people in my mom's history that, I've known them my whole life. So they're very different. They're family, basically, as far as we're all concerned.
Right.
Yeah. So it's
Hello? Did everyone?
I think we beat that one to death.
But I'm probably going to end the stream at an hour in if anyone wants to continue a stream later on, because as I said, I'm just having too many issues.
Right.
So, interesting, guys.
Those illegal devices to use.
Oh, sorry, Darren.
You know what it is? They're coming after you for the Kinder eggs.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm watching it, man.
Illegal devices, all that shit.
I didn't even post a video about it this week, though.
You don't have to.
Yeah, they're just coming after you for the ones you've done before.
Yeah, man. You admitted taking Kinder eggs across the border. The government knows they're illegal. Come on, dude.
No, that's the whole point of lie. It was like, them before I crossed the border, so I'm not breaking the law.
You still have Kinder eggs crossing the border.
I have the toys. The toys are perfectly legal to bring across the border.
I don't want the toy. I want the whole goddamn Kinder egg, damn it.
I can't do that. That's illegal. Then I'd be breaking the law.
I know it's illegal. But it's been 40 fucking years since I've had one.
We have them here. Whereabouts are you, NB?
Indiana.
I am about 5 hours from the border of Canada.
Well, there you go. Make a trip. Go. What is it, near Winnipeg? I guess. I bet you can get them in Winnipeg.
My wife and I just need to update my wife and I just need to get our passports updated because unfortunately our old ones got stolen, and we haven't updated them. But yeah, no, trust me, I want to make a trip up to Canada. I think Canada is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I've only been up there. Well, I've only been up there twice. Once when my grandmother took me to New York to see Niagara Falls, and then we also went on the Canadian side, which is absolutely beautiful. And then there was one time my family, and I don't remember where we were in Canada. All I know is we were in Canada and we were swimming in, I'm going to say right now, probably the clearest fucking lake I've ever seen in my life to this day.
That sounds like all the lakes in Canada. No, not all of them. Not in Alberta, but a lot of lakes in Canada are really clear.
But I mean, well, this is what I remember about it. I remember it just looking like glass. I could see the bottom. I could see all the like rocks and stuff on the bottom.
And that's usually a sign of acid rain.
I don't know what it was. All I know is,
unfortunately.
Well, I'm still alive, so obviously nothing happened.
It doesn't kill people. It's bad for wildlife, not people.
All I just remember is being able to see the floor of that, and I thought I'm swimming in it, and I'm like, oh, I bet I could touch the bottom. I'd stick my head down, and then I realized that it's about 30 feet below me.
Yeah, it's called refraction, dude.
I know. Well, I was about 7 years old.
We do have beautiful lakes. I will concur with that. We have some really nice lakes.
But yeah, I mean, if I took anything away from Canada, I remember that one big time was that like
So
yeah.
I think we've established a new slogan for Canada. Come for the lakes, stay for the maple syrup.
Yes, I had maple syrup just this very morning.
Actually, I think that's a great slogan.
Mm.
Dandelion, all you gotta do is cut your finger and you got maple syrup, okay?
I do drink. I eat a lot of maple syrup.
So, Dandelion, I meant to ask you this. So, how did that work? Did you graduate and then move and were required to go for school again?
Well, the way it's just two different education systems. The way it works in Quebec is you do your 11 years, of primary school, basically, right up to high school through grade 11, and then they have something called Cégep, which is Collège d'Éducation. They have at that point they're basically streaming you into whether you're more interested in doing like a trade versus going to university, right? So you go to Cégep, which because it's a French word, I won't bother repeating it. Éducation générale et professionnelle, right? So general and professional education. And so then you kind of streaming more towards whatever you're going to be doing in the future. And that's like the tuition is paid for by the province still.
How come you don't want to cuss in French? Picard did it all the time on Star Trek.
You do it all the time.
Yeah.
So they've kind of changed their system where you kind of stream after grade 11 kind of into more of like a trade versus, like if you want to be a lawyer or a doctor or something like that, or computer programmer, or, take, even if you want to take arts or something like that. So you do that for 2 years and then you either you have a trade or you go on and do additional education at a higher level, like university, other colleges, things like that. But in Ontario, they don't do that. They just now they only go to grade 12, and then you go directly to university or studying for an apprenticeship or something like that, whatever you're planning to do. So it's just the two different systems. But because I was 18 and I hadn't done any Cégep. I had just finished the grade 11, but the grade 11 in Quebec is a little more advanced than grade 11 in Ontario. So I just went straight into what was at that time grade 13, which they don't have anymore. They changed it again.
Wait a minute. You were allowed to be in high school at 18?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey guys, speaking of education, I'm currently taking a class through University of Queensland. It's a free accredited class. They got Harvard, Berkeley, ASU, other stuff. It's free. You can get a bachelor's degree if you want. This is free accredited classes. You don't have to pay. Sometimes you got to pay for materials, but that link I put in the line, check it out. You guys get free education, free classes. You don't have to pay for college.
Yeah, I'm already on that. It's very cool.
Yeah, I'm a class tonight for Queensland.
Nice. What are you studying?
Astrophysics.
Oh, cool. That's nice. Very cool.
Not a science fiction, huh?
Okay. Definitely not a surprise there.
Yeah.
Science fiction. You're the guy flying a dragon.
Well, yeah, I'm playing a game, and dragons aren't science fiction, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, they could be
fantasy.
science fiction.
Yeah, they could be, I suppose.
Hey, you can have dragons in science fiction. They're not just limited to fantasy. Don't be hating.
Dragons are real. They live on Komodo Island, okay?
There was an old Star Trek Next Generation book that was called, like, Here Be Dragons or something like that. And
I think I remember that.
Happened to have dragon, like, aliens.
No, that would have been a cool episode of Star Trek, Space Dragons. That would have been interesting. I don't know how they would have wrote it. Well,
they kind of have space dragons in Ahsoka. I mean, they're space whales, but
the space whales,
The
yeah.
turtles, yeah.
those are pretty
Now,
cool.
I'm going to say one thing about Ahsoka. When I watched all of it, to me, that did not feel like a season finale. That felt like a mid-season end. Like,
I think it was supposed to.
I'm sorry, Dandy. I didn't hear.
I think it was supposed to feel like that, right? Not like an absolute cliffhanger, but definitely there's more to come, right?
But it just felt like.
I'm not sure when they actually. I'm not sure when they produced it, but was it when they were producing it? Did the strike happen during that, and that may be why?
No, it happened before the strike.
Originally this was made as a mini series. It was supposed to be an 8-episode mini series like Kenobi, and then they changed it somewhere to saying season 1 versus just calling it a mini series. And when I watched the first couple episodes, I said, this is dragging on way too long for these 2 episodes to complete this story in 6 more. And then we get to the last episode, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, you left a lot hanging on the floor here, and this doesn't feel like a season final. Because to me, a season final would have had a little more to do with Baylan Skoll and Shehati, a little bit more. But I kind of felt like for everybody talking about how they're interested in these characters, I'm like, we weren't really told hardly anything about them. We're given nuggets of what they're doing, but at the end of it, it just felt like a mid-season, almost like a mid-season cliffhanger. Almost.
Well,
maybe open-ended would be the right word, Dandelion.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but hopefully I'll have time this week since my work should be a little bit lesser next week. And I'll actually have time to watch anything. I didn't even watch Cobra Kai. I was going to watch season 4 of Cobra Kai, and I never got around to it. I literally watched no TV the entire week.
People are upset because nowadays TV shows need to have a cliffhanger at the season finale. I'm like, why does that have to have a huge cliffhanger? Can it just end and then continue on to season 2? Not every show needs a cliffhanger to end.
Elihu, I've been saying that for 10 fucking years. That was the worst thing the CW kept doing with their Arrowverse. You're going through 20-something episodes of a story arc. You get the story arc completed, and then they end it with a cliffhanger for the next season. It's like, why can't you just end on the fucking note and pick up next year?
Okay, well,
so are you complaining about this or not then?
Well, hold on. NB, there's 2 different types of endings that I think you might be confusing. There's an actual cliffhanger, and then there's the sequel hook, or in this case, it would be the next season hook.
Oh, I hate those. Yeah, okay, fine. Call it a season hook. I hate those.
Yeah.
They happen. You know what? They fucking happen in Heroes, and look what happened to Heroes.
Yeah, but didn't Heroes get screwed over because there was a writer's strike?
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, it did.
Oh, hands
Yes.
down.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. That writer strike was a nightmare because there were so many good shows going on back then, and God, so many of them suffered. And Heroes was one of the biggest casualties. Lost, I think, was another one too, wasn't it?
No, Lost was
Heroes.
Lost ended. Heroes was basically the most populated show that got affected by the writer's strike at the time.
Well, I'll be
I mean,
honest,
the frustrating thing about Heroes' third season was they would start an idea and then they would completely drop that idea in the next episode.
yeah, Heroes was having problems before the writer's strike. I mean, the first
Yeah.
season was great, but I think it was already starting to fall off the cliff.
Yeah. There was a lot of like spaghetti throwing happening in that third season.
For example,
the problem-
one episode would end with, you know, the Mohinder or whatever his name is, the Indian doctor, teaming up with the super strong
And of course,
chick.
the same thing happened where I just had an
and then-
unrecognized
and
device
then-
again for my
and
camera and
then-
mic.
And then in the next episode, it was completely dropped and not even mentioned. That was the kind of continuity problems.
God
they
damn it.
had.
Kind of like when he
Yeah.
left his girlfriend in the future.
There's some
and
issue
just
going on.
never mentioned her again.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh man. Look, I think
Yeah.
when it came down to Heroes, one of their biggest problems. I think I'll agree with Mike on this. The strike didn't help, but one of the problems was they had such a hit with the characters, but they wanted it to be story driven, not character driven. So we went to the second season, and yeah, people were pissed because they were like, "No, we want the characters we fell in love with." And then they had to figure out how to bring back characters like Siler and what's his name? I mean,
Granny.
yeah, I
Remember?
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, the second season was bad, but I mean, it started just going downhill after that. And
Yeah.
I didn't even finish the fifth season. I think it was the fifth season was the last one. I didn't even finish it.
Well, the original run was 3, and I believe it was cut in half, but it started falling off the rails immediately in the second season. I mean, that first season was
Yeah,
just
that's what I
brilliant
said.
because it was one guy telling the story. It was Tim Kring or whatever his name was, and he planned out the whole thing. And for the second season, I think what happened was the network got a hold of it, started imposing changes, and that was the start of the end. I mean, network interference has caused a lot of very dumb things to happen to very good shows.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Well,
that mentioned
does anyone else want to
Supernatural.
do a stream after this? Because I said I'm going to end the stream after an hour only because I'm having too many technical issues.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Does anyone else want to do something afterwards?
Nah, I'm gonna go to the donut shop.
I need to go and do some felting. I have Christmas is coming and I need lots of things people can buy for presents on my shop. So
And nobody shows
Yeah.
up for my streams when I post them live, so no worries there. Although, oh hey, here's something, guys. Do you know a man by the name of Jonas Dykman?
nope.
Nope.
Turns out he is an adventurer, and I actually met him the other day. You can look his name up. He's got he's one of those like extreme triathlon kind of guys.
Okay.
So the other day, my daughter and I are driving to Walmart, and we see this guy running. Looks literally like a Forrest Gump thing, except he's got this little attachment on him where he's dragging something along behind him. And I was like, okay. We went to Walmart, came back, did our thing. That was about an hour or so. My wife and I had to go to the hardware store, so we go down another road. I see the guy again, and I stop him, and I'm like, where are you running to? And he said, well, originally I cycled from New York to LA, and now I'm running back.
Oh man.
And yeah, I looked him up. It took me a minute because I didn't quite catch how he said his last name. I thought he said Zeichman. It turned out it was Dykman.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I found out he's an adventurer. He's done this kind of shit all over the world. He's been to Cape Town and all kinds of stuff. I was like, wow, my wife and I got to meet an adventurer. How cool is that?
NB, next week, tell that story again because I got a similar one, I'll tell you. But I'm not
absolutely
going to do it this week because I said I'm going to end the stream.
Yeah, it's funny because you're not actually roboting right now.
But yeah, we'll bring up the heroes thing again.
Fun.
You are crystal clear, man. You haven't roboted in a few minutes, dude.
Yeah, it's funny. You're about to end the stream and you're not roboting.
No, the problem is I got booted from the other device again, or the other, yeah. So I switched back to the computer, and I'm not even using. I'm still having issues. Trust me. It may not sound like it right at the second, but I'm still having issues.
We understand.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pray it doesn't have another problem because it was going fine for 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden I got booted again, saying that my devices are unrecognized.
Yeah, that's really weird.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to update Chrome. I'm going to update Windows if I need to. I'm going to check the drivers, make sure everything's good, find out what the fuck's wrong with the internet in the area. Because, as I said, I moved from one location to the other because of apparently a down cell tower, and now I'm still having internet issues. My signal strength is really good right now, and then all of a sudden it drops off to near nothing, and everyone else is roboting, so I know I'm roboting.
Ah, gotcha.
So there's something going on, and I don't know what it is.
We just enjoy your Sunday morning streams, Mike.
Pretty much.
Well, I'm glad you guys do. Spread the word so I get more subscribers.
I'm here, physically, not mentally.
Mm-hmm.
But next week, we'll see if we can fix everything. Or next week, I might even be doing it from Mrs. Vile's house, so because I didn't go down there this weekend.
Mm.
Well, next week
we'll see what happens.
Next week is the annular solar eclipse, Ring of Fire.
Yep.
Right. What time is that happening at again, Elihu?
Around 11:20, I believe.
Mm.
And we've got the glasses for it in my house.
And it's going to be on the Sunday?
On the 14th.
Nice.
Saturday.
That's Saturday.
Oh, on the Saturday. Okay. I was going to say, I'll probably be out hiking. I'm hoping it's supposed to be pissing with rain all week, but I'm hoping it clears up by the weekend.
Yeah, you should be able to see about 40% down the line.
Yeah, well, I know I'm going to be about the same amount as you because you're sort of one side of it and I'm the other side of it.
Yeah, 40 to 60%.
So you'll be seeing, I think you'll be seeing the top half will still be visible and I'll have the bottom half still visible or vice versa, something like that.
Okay, I'll be the top, you'll be the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
So he gets the upside, you get the downside to the Schwartz.
I could be wrong. It could be the other way around. But you know what? I'm versatile. I don't mind.
NB, I got that reference.
I don't really care if I'm on the top or the bottom. It's all good.
Okay.
Yes, but when you're on the top or the bottom with Elihu, I'm sure that's not necessarily as good.
You know what? I'm not going to judge. I can't judge Elihu's top versus bottominess having only ever met him on the internet.
Hey, I'm a skinny guy, okay? Come on.
Which Strange New Worlds musical song should I play?
I've never seen the episode,
Which Strange New Worlds musical song should I play?
Pick whichever one you like.
No, I'm talking about the ones I made.
One.
You know
the worst one.
Man.
You know which one to play, man.
Open Cannon Stop.
You know which one
the
to
one
play.
that you posted to Twitter?
Of course, dude. That's the best one.
All right. Gangnam Style again. So I'll play that. Then I'll play County Gets a Phaser, and then I'm going to end the stream.
We're singing for voices.
Help the Klingons hoorah! Open Klingon. Klingon style. Klingon style. Open Klingon style. Klingon style. Open Klingon style. Hey, sexy Klingon style. Open Klingon style. Hey, sexy Klingon style.
Hee 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 hee.
All right, you're 19 years old now. I figure it's about time you got one after all your complaining.
Die, Daddy, die.
I gotta somehow
God.
incorporate that into one of those videos because that's funny.
Just make sure none of those
All right,
letter
letter
writing
votes
girls
is-
gets a hold of a phaser.
Yeah, they won't set it to stun.
No.
All right.
You saw what she did. She turned it like, no, not stun. Die, kill.
Well, I'm still here, so obviously it wasn't set to kill. All right.
That you know
Later.
of.